Welcome to Nifty 50 Photographers. Today's video we're going to talk about how to take a selfie on a motorbike. Now, full disclosure up front, I am not going to be riding the bike while I take this. I'm talking about taking a static portrait of yourself while you're on your bike or posing next to it. What I've done first of all is get the bike set up how I want it. I found myself a nice quiet road. Hopefully might get a few walkers coming through, but it is a dead end here, so it should be nothing more drastic than that. And I've angled my bike slightly across the road because when I photograph it, I'm going to be photographing in this direction because I want to catch the bike's brand name here, and I like it from this side. If you haven't seen it, I've got a whole video on how to photograph your motorbike and how to find the best angles. So having done that before, I know pretty much where I want to be with my camera. And the other thing is the light is coming from over here, so the sun's up here. Actually a beautiful sunny day. This is shining straight onto the side of the bike, so that'll light up all this area here, which is normally where you get in shadow. Bits of the engine tend to get in shadow, so that's shining nicely onto the side of that, and that'll make my nice composition. One other thing I might do is turn the ignition and get the headlight on, but it's such a bright day, it's not going to make a huge impact on a day like today. But if you're photographing at dusk or twilight, and really putting the headlight on can make a big difference. One word of warning there, or one tip for you, is it's a good idea to take a photograph with it on and with it off, and then if you've got the skills in editing, you can just blend in the headlight afterwards, so you're exposing for the headlight or exposing for the headlight being off, so you've got the correct exposure for both situations. Now, camera settings. So I'm going to use my Nifty 50 lens, and I'm going to have an aperture that allows me to get the whole of the bike in focus. So normally for a portrait you would go very wide, something like f2.8 or something, just to keep the person in focus and the rest of it to go blurred. Now you can do that, but you're only going to get a little bit of the bike in focus. My worry would be that the back end would start to go out of focus, and I really want to keep the whole of the bike sharp. So I'm going to start with a slightly middle aperture, maybe 5.6, 6.3, something like that, to keep this all in focus, let a little bit of the background go. Now the other thing I've done, I've chosen carefully where I'm taking this photo from. So the road blends up behind me, and that's going to lead you into the frame as well. So that'll make some interest in the photo. Other settings you need to think about, I'm going to keep my ISO low. I'm going to use aperture priority, so you can let your shutter decide really what you want to do. If anything, just watch out for, because it's a bright sunny day, getting some highlights blown, so I might choose to underexpose the photo by typically something like 1 stop, and then especially things like my face or hair don't get blown in the highlights. And that's really all there is to it. Once you've got set up, take a few different photos. Now, equipment-wise, I'm afraid you're going to need to have something like a tripod, and I'll show you my setup. Now, you don't need to have a big professional tripod like this. It's actually carbon fiber, so it's pretty light and a nice one to carry around. You could use a little small one like this one from Joby, this little Gorilla Pod. That's something you can easily carry around on your bike and use that for taking your selfies. The other thing I'm going to do, I'm going to control my camera from my phone, and now don't know how to do that. I've got a video on how to do it for the camera. I use the Sony A7, but most cameras nowadays are Wi-Fi enabled, and most of them come with an app which will allow you to control the camera from your phone. And I'll also set a little short delay, like a 2-second delay before the shutter goes off. That'll let me get my phone out of sight before I take the photo. And that's all you need. Beauty of being able to do it on your phone is you can see if you've got the right setup before you take the shot. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my camera very low, because that works really well with bike photos. Makes them a little bit more aggressive by having the point of view from low down. And so I'm going to get set up now. We'll take a few different poses, and let's see what the results are like. That should have shown you how to get some great shots of yourself on your motorbike, and I'd love to see some of your examples. By all means, put them on Instagram, tag me, or show them in our Nifty 50 Photographers Facebook group. If you have enjoyed this video, please do give it a like. In the meantime, get out with your bike and your camera, go and have some fun, get some great photos, and I'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.